As you hear this passage today from Psalm 92, you may start to think that I'm on a bit of a fruit kick, especially if you've listened to the last 2 days' devotionals. But it's important to talk about fruitfulness as a disciple. Today we're going to take a look at Psalm 92, just 2 verses in it, verses 13 and 14, and discover what else it means to be a fruitful disciple of Christ. Those who have been replanted in the Lord's house will spring up in the courtyards of our God. They will bear fruit even when old and gray. They will remain lush and fresh. Now, we talk about being a disciple of Christ. It's worth noting that in the Psalms, we don't yet know Jesus Christ. But in knowing Christ, we know God. And here in the Psalms, they're talking about God. Even when they say Lord, they're talking about God. To know Jesus is to know God. To know God is to know Jesus. But let's focus on this part that says the old and gray stuff. Did you catch it? They will bear fruit even when old and gray. They will remain lush and fresh. So yes, today I'm talking to those who have ever said, I'm too tired, I'm too old, I'm too whatever to help, to be a part of, to do anything that would support the church, Christ's ministry. You see where that's going. You are not too old. Tired? I'll give you tired. But too tired? That I'll challenge. Because when we trust that God is continuing to call us, we also know that God knows our condition. God knows where we are. And God can call us and work within us to serve God in ways that are possible for us. God doesn't call me to be someone who is a missionary that flies an airplane with medical supplies. Why? Because I'm not a licensed pilot. That's not something that is within me. That's not something that I can do, but there are those who are pilots and can do that form of work. God calls us according to what we are capable of. And at times calls us to something that we can become capable of. And so our excuses of too old, too tired, too old, too gray, God looks at us and says, I see the possibility for lush and fresh. And so, no, you don't get out of being a servant of Christ. I don't get out of being a servant of Christ. None of us do. Christ calls us in ways that we are capable of today and now. It's up to us to say, yes, here I am, Lord. Send me. Amen.